We're here at the former Nike missile site in Needham, which used to house a full complement of Nike Ajax missiles. The Nike Ajax missiles were defense missiles that were developed by the U.S. These defense missiles had the potential to shoot down aircraft that could potentially have nuclear weapons or other things that could be dropped on the U.S.
Since the birth of the nuclear age, the human race gained the potential to wipe itself out in a nuclear holocaust. The leaders of the world realized this could not happen, so they put together an agreement that would prohibit unstable countries from gaining this technology.
Treaty, signed by 189 countries, with the only exceptions of 4 countries at this point. India, Pakistan, and Israel never signed the treaty. However, North Korea did, but later left on their own volition.
This international treaty came in the form of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty was a treaty that prevented the spread of nuclear weapons to countries that were unstable after the fallout of World War II.
Of the 189 countries who have signed the Non-Proliferation Treaty, 5 are considered nuclear weapon states. These 5 are France, China, the Soviet Union, which later became Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. These 5 nuclear weapon states have agreed under the treaty not to transfer any nuclear technology to non-nuclear weapon states, the other countries underneath the treaty.
Since the nuclear attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the countries of the world realized the potential of destruction for just one bomb. The explosion of a nuke would be catastrophic.
Nuclear weapon projects first began in 1945 with the Manhattan Project. The first nuclear weapon test recorded in 1945 was in the New Mexican desert. Later, after World War II, the Soviet Union expanded their nuclear weapons program. This caused the Cold War.
With the progression of nuclear technology and weapons came the progression of their delivery systems. Delivery systems such as ICBMs and SLBMs, also known as intercontinental ballistic missiles and submarine-launched ballistic missiles, led to the fear of a full-out global war. Intercontinental ballistic missiles could be launched between various continents such as Russia and the United States.
In the days of the attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki are days that will go down in infamy. The explosions caused by the Fat Man and Little Boy, the names of the 2 bombs, caused over 200,000 people's deaths. The explosions and the radiation caused these deaths, emanated from these 2 bombs alone, the most powerful explosions recorded up to that point. At the height of the Cold War was the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Cuban Missile Crisis was when the Soviet Union shipped nuclear arms to Cuba. The U.S. put up a blockade to halt the spread of them. But the Cuban Missile Crisis remains the closest that the human race has ever come to a nuclear holocaust, an apocalypse.
Although the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty doesn't deal with the dismantling of nuclear weapons states are highly advised to disarm their nuclear weapons. Currently, both the United States and Russia have nuclear dismantling programs that are in effect, which are reducing their stockpile every day.
If the wide distribution of nuclear technology was allowed, then the chance of another nuclear attack, like Nagasaki or Hiroshima, would be astronomical. The Non-Proliferation Treaty, along with other such treaties as the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, have begun to dissuade the spread of nuclear weapons. This has led to the creation of such countries such as Iran and North Korea, who are accused of having nuclear weapons but publicly deny that they have nuclear weapons.
The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty was a compromise of the countries of the world to prohibit the proliferation of nuclear weapons. However, this treaty in itself has many conflicts. To date, there has not been enough enforcement to completely halt the spread of nuclear arms to other countries. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty's goal was to dissuade the transfer of nuclear technologies and nuclear arms to other countries other than the 5 that already contained the arms. However, to date, there has not been enough enforcement in the treaty to complete the non-proliferation to other countries. This can be demonstrated by the India, Pakistan, and Israeli nuclear bomb tests and the removal of North Korea from the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty.
I made one great mistake in my life when I signed the letter to President Roosevelt recommending that the atom bombs be made. A quote from Albert Einstein.